Welcome back to the channel. Most of you guys probably know me for my Road to 2000 ELO series, and if you know me, you probably know Chess with Patrick. Believe it or not, at one point, he was actually higher rated than I was, because he actually started his Road to 2000 before me. He is the true OG of the Road to 2000ers. However, he has not completed it, and he really hasn't made all that much progress. And that is what this video is about today. I'm going to be watching his latest video, and I'm going to try and give him a little bit of insight. Hopefully, get some funny content out of it. Maybe some of you guys will enjoy it. Maybe you won't. You can let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's hop right into it. So the point of this is to not make fun of his moves, but try and maybe give him a little bit of insight on what he can work on. Because from what I know about him, he is very, very busy, and I don't think he's prioritizing his chess development, but rather only focusing on the content side of it and playing the games and getting the videos out for you guys, which I respect because I also try and do that. And I know I had a lot more time available on my Road to 2000 to actually put in the work off camera to reach the 2000 goal. I actually have recently reached 2138 as my all-time peak, and I sit in the mid 2000s on average. I also know Patrick and I have very similar repertoires. So, enough yapping. Let's just get into it. Okay, so already we're starting off with a Vienna, like I said. Very similar.
1589 out of the Philippines.
And he's 1502 in this. I don't know if he's ever reached 1600, but, he definitely can. I think it's a matter of focus and one move blunders and really just doing your puzzles. At this level, doing your puzzles is so key because you'll just be able to see so many more tactics. So on the board, we have a Vienna. I'm expecting, I can already see his mouse. He's over the F pawn. I'm expecting F4, the Vienna gambit, and he pre-moves. Yeah, okay. So his opponent doesn't take. So at this level, sometimes you will see the Vienna gambit accepted, and hopefully he knows exactly what to do when it gets accepted. I'm sure he does, but this is with D6. I'm actually really happy to see D6 whenever I play it, just because I can be a little bit more tricky. The main move is to play D5. And at my level, that's kind of what I always see. Not always, but the way that I like to play positions with D6 is to get the knight out, and if they pin me, I like to bring my bishop to C4. Now, it's not the best way to play, but there's tricks. If they don't play knight to C6, well then, we're looking at this, so we can take in the center, and if they take back, we can actually sacrifice our bishop, and then we have a discovered attack on the bishop with our queen after taking on E5 with our knight here. With that said, let's see what he does. Okay, so we got the pin. Now, I would play bishop c4 here. The best move, I believe, is bishop to e2, but it's passive, and I don't know. Bishop c4, you give your opponent a little bit of opportunity to blunder, if you will. Okay, so he plays bishop e2. Nothing wrong with that at all. If anything, it's probably what he should be doing. Just break the pin, don't allow anything. Takes, yeah, you just take control of the center. Now you have your pawn. So the opening, he's playing perfect. Good job. And he's not using a bunch of time. I know in the past he's had a lot of time management issues, and he's playing 10-0 at the moment. So maybe he's got that time management under a little bit more control. So that's also a very important thing. And okay, I hate that move by the opponent. They just took the knight, and traditional wisdom says you don't need to give up the bishop for the knight for no reason, at least wait until white plays h3. At least. Or like, if white moves the knight, then you get the bishop at least. But okay. Okay, knight back is terrible. I mean, you still have to develop your knight and your bishop here. Knight back. I don't know how you can really punish it. Obviously, you're taking the pawn like Patrick is right now. Probably the best move. I mean, take your pawn back. You got your bishops developed. You just need castle, get your queen developed. You're completely developed. Like, Patrick's playing really good right now. Bishop e7, probably see castles. Okay. So, I mean, what I'm seeing in this is open file, really good control of the center, bishop pair. Like, this is great. This is an awesome position. Black's gonna have to develop here, and I mean, he's kind of cramped. Queen e1, usually a useful move whenever you have the F file open, trying to transfer your pieces over here. Bishop? Whoa. Bishop g5. I mean, obviously, don't take this. I hope he doesn't take it. To take is a mistake, most times. Now, what you want to do is you want to protect your bishop and try to position your piece a little bit better. So you can move the bishop, or you can protect using the queen. I would probably just play like queen e3 here, just with an attack on the bishop. I mean, you can also play queen g3. Yeah, probably queen e3 or queen g3, just forcing black's hand. Yeah, so I mean, he's doing everything that I would. Now, here, we have the open F file. We could potentially play bishop h5, trying to put a little bit of pressure on this f7 pawn, but I mean, he can easily just play g6, so it's probably not great. But we want to bring our other rook. We also might potentially want to rook lift here. But let's see what he goes for. Well, we gotta see what the opponent does, and then go from there. Okay, knight b6. So he's going away from the king and neglecting his development here, which isn't. It just can't be good. So, I mean, I'm already thinking of like maybe e5, maybe just a rook e1. You could even potentially, like, the idea behind e5 would be takes. Obviously, you take back. And just opening up the bishop on this diagonal. But I don't know how great that actually is. Another thing that you could start doing is pushing the h-pawn. Trying to force him to create some weakness up here. But you could also think about trying to reroute your knight, but I don't know about that. I would either bring my rook or play for like e5. But black is not playing this correct. Okay, rook d1, that works too. Like, just bring your pieces. Okay, knight. He's finally developing his knight. Bishop g4, no. And I mean, now you can't really play e5. I mean, you can, but imagine like e5, de, rook e8. Yeah. I guess rook e8 would be a bad move because of all this pressure on f7. But maybe just like queen e7. I don't know. b3. I don't like that move. I mean, I guess it's not that bad. But at the same time, yeah. I mean, It is playing against the knight, which is what I like. B3 doesn't allow the knight to come forward at all. However, the one thing that I'm noticing here is he has a light squared bishop, and he's putting all of his pawns on light squares. So the dark squares don't really have a great protector. When you have a light squared bishop, you want to put your pawns on dark squares so that your pawns are protecting the dark squares and your bishop is protecting the light squares. So he's kind of setting up the wrong pawn structure. And I mean, you can't really play c3 there, but you get the point.
I took a little.
And also, like, well, what does b3 right now achieve other than knight in? But like, is knight in even a threat at that point? I mean, I'm already thinking like, just try to develop your pieces. Like, instead of b3, what about like rook d3, followed by like bishop h5 push? You can then maybe play like rook g3, pinning the pawn so they couldn't take your bishop. Like, if you're gonna play like this, you gotta start attacking.
I'm on that one. All right, we're move 14 now. Didn't get off to as much of a time advantage as I thought.
Talking about time advantage, he's fine. He has 9 minutes.
Not too bad.
He's playing pretty quick, actually.
Relatively speaking. Got everything developed.
Ooh. G6. That is not a good move. G6, and you have all of this towards your king. You know what I'm doing? I'm playing h4, h5. Because this is just a hook. I mean, maybe it's not the best at the moment, but like h4, h5, if g5, I mean, you can probably just play queen to f5. But I guess then there's maybe like queen f6. You do have to calculate a little bit of stuff, but I'm probably at the very least playing h4. And then I would calculate if I can actually play h5. But, I mean, trying to get his last piece into the game, I mean, rotate the knight over, but the pieces could be positioned a little bit better, in my opinion. Like the knight here, where is it going? And then he wants to play c4, but you don't really need to play on this side of the board. He has a rook, queen, and a knight. You have a queen, bishop, knight. I guess the knight was here, but a rook. Like, start rook lifting. Go for the attack.
For extending my pawn chain here.
I think he's just playing too slow. A5? Brother. Oh, see, like, if you weren't making moves like b3, I mean, I can't complain too much about 92, but I don't love 92 because it's just rook d3, move your bishop, rook like over, come on. Yeah, c4, I mean, he's just playing on the wrong side of the board. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Like, that's the thing. I didn't look at this with like game analysis. I didn't do anything. This is just raw reaction. I could have the wrong outlook on this completely. I mean, you could be playing the best moves and I could be suggesting the wrong moves. Like, sometimes I play like a 1500 too. However, I do think he's just playing on the wrong side of the board. All of his pieces are pointing towards the king, and he's reacting to black's play on the queen side when he should just ignore it. Like, a4, man, rook lift, get your rook over here, attack, h4, h5. Bishop, yeah, but I mean, you kind of do have to take back if they take, but bishop g4? Are you ever going to take yours? Like, what's your idea? That is what I'm curious about. I mean, I noticed that he doesn't really talk too much in his videos either. So I can't really tell what he's thinking. Okay, so his opponent took, of course. I mean, black is trying to break through over here. I mean, black's he still has a way worse position in my opinion. He might start playing stuff like knight of 6. No, the knight of 6 would be a blunder, obviously. But he might start going after your weakness over here, and then maybe then he'll develop his rook and find that he can just rook lift. Which I would love to see, but I want to see h4, h5. I'm not going to lie. Don't take the knight. I also wouldn't play e5. Maybe if you were going to put the bishop on this diagonal, but your control of the center. Yeah, so rook a3, I would just protect. I would just play rook d3. Ooh, wait a second. That might be a blunder. Rook d3, knight c4. So rook f3. My bad. Yeah, we need to play rook f3 here. So there is no knight c4. If you play rook d3, there is the tactic of sacking the knights. So don't do that. Ooh. Oh, is he going to do it? There you go. Okay. I wonder if he actually saw that. If he did, good job. Okay, so now there's an attack on the knight. Opponent's just kind of in the position. Here, I would automatically probably just play rook h3. Rook h3 maybe, but like this is where the if you would have played h4 earlier, you could have had the rook behind the pawn. And you want to build a g6 when you have pawn structure like this, you want to push your pawn. This is a hook. The only problem with getting your pawn to h5 is g5. Not taking, obviously. And if they allow you to take, then you would just have an open rook file, which would be awesome. Okay, rook h3, I don't hate it. I'm just protecting the knight. Okay. Yes. Queen h6 threatens checkmate. So in this position, the opponent needs to find queen to f6, or I guess they could potentially push h5, but then I'm automatically sacking the bishop, takes, and then just takes, and I'm sorry, but black's not surviving that. So I think, based on us only being in 5 minutes to 26, I'm assuming that black will find queen to f6. And the reason why you need to play queen f6 is because if you don't play queen f6, queen h6, you can't protect h7. So what you need to do is play queen f6, and then on queen h6, queen g7, and it's just very, very annoying. So I wouldn't even bother with playing queen h6 if they play queen here. But you're attacking. I wouldn't trade the queens either. So what do you do? Well, let's see what the opponent actually does. Yeah, he's calculating h5. I would auto. No, don't sack the rook. I would sack the bishop. Although both are probably good. Actually, wait. If queen f6, doesn't that just hang? No. Queen f6 should be... No. The knights see each other. What am I going on about? He's playing really fast. 830 to 650. And we see this move. Queen f6. So in this position, I'd be calculating, can I play queen h6? No, because they're just going to protect. Does it really do anything? I would maybe just play queen h3 or queen 2 e3 here. And then I would plan to play rook f1. This pawn's under attack if you move the rook, so there's that. But I don't know, maybe there is something to putting the queen on g7, but I would rather bring the rook to f1. But I wouldn't look to trade queens here. I mean, rook f1, like queen f4, rook e4, or rook f4, or I guess he can take with the knight too. Anyways, oh, whoa, the opponent decides not to take the queen. I mean, I feel like the opponent's the one under pressure, so if I was the opponent, I might have just traded queens there. But with that said, I mean, it's still not so simple. But it definitely feels like white has the attack going, and the person who's attacking wants to keep the pieces on the board, and the person who's trying to defend want to get rid of the most powerful pieces. c5? I mean, here I would be trying to get rid of your knights. Like, your knight is kind of always being threatened, forcing, you know, your bishop to have to protect it. But he is going for, you know, a nice little idea here. Takes, and if knight takes, he's going to take the pawn here. And he's hitting the knight and the knight. So it's not the worst. And I don't think there's any rook e2, bishop e2, queen d4. I don't think there's any of that. I don't think it does anything. So, I mean, maybe c5 is not a terrible move, but once again, it's just like, I would have liked to see him attack more. Now, you need to, in this position, realize that your bishop, or your knight is hanging if you move the knight. So you probably need to play like f5. And after pawn takes, move your knight to d5, attacking the queen, or something like that. Like, you have to make a pretty big commitment here, I think, with f5, pawn takes. But then even if you have pawn, well, I guess after pawn takes, you can't take because there's a pin. So I think here the opponent is gonna have a little bit of trouble here. I think he has to find f5.
If they move the knight, I take this one.
Yes, Patrick, we see that.
Gotta be careful. This bishop's defending the knight. They take here. Here.
Yeah, if knight c5,
Threatening this.
queen c7, and I mean, you can't really protect both. So you can't take. You have to play like f5 here. Blocking out the bishop while also attacking the bishop. That's just a free knight. I mean, you just take.
But why?
If they take the bishop, you just take, and you're protecting the knight using the rook. So
allow me to take this.
Free piece. Opponent blundered.
What am I not seeing? If I take here,
I hope he doesn't trust his opponent too much,
and they
which is something
here,
that is very common.
They take this, but my queen's gonna be there.
Yeah, so he's seeing that it's a blunder. Beautiful. So he's up a piece. And he convert. That is something I struggle with too. Okay, pawn takes. He's just up a piece for a pawn. Now, I mean, now we're looking for trades. Of equal value, of course. Okay, I mean, the only issue that I have with like moves like knight c3 is that you're walking into a pin, or you're walking into discovered attacks, but there's a rook on h3. Let's not forget. Let's not have the horizontal blindness that sometimes arises. With rooks on 8, like the 3rd rank, a lot of people actually blunder this, I've found. Now, rook d4 would be way worse. Rook c3 is actually, or knight c3 is actually not that bad. And I like that it's attacking the rook, and you're just kind of getting out of the way. Well, knight d4, I don't think is the way. I mean, there's still really no good discoveries, but... Well, actually, wait, no. Knight d4, knight takes c, or knight g... Jeez, why can't I talk? Knight d4, knight takes g4, and the queen sees d4 with check even, so he'll get his piece back if he plays knight d4. Patrick blunders. Tactics, man, tactics. You want to be very, very careful walking into discovered attacks. You need to make sure. Okay, knight c3. Not bad. There's no good discovery, and the knight is protected. So I mean, knight takes, queen takes. Bro might even blunder his queen with rook takes. This is just cruising. Like, you move the bishop, you play like some queen f6, trade the queens, or even queen h6. Like, you're just up so much material, and the rook's hanging.
Yeah, my rook covers this, so even if this isn't possible because of the rook.
Very true, Patrick. Good job. Okay. Free knight. The opponent thought that there's a discovered attack here. But it's that horizontal blindness that I was speaking about. Rook takes knight, and the rook protects the knight.
Okay, threatening the queen.
Yes. Take Patrick.
Here threatens the knight.
Patrick, free knight.
And the pawn. Where does the knight?
Free knight, Patrick. You saw that the rook protects the knight. Now the knight is beside the other knight. Rook takes.
Go after that.
This is something that happens so much. Opponent attacks piece. Me must move piece. No. Not always. For one, can you capture the piece at all? Yes. Or, potentially, there might be, you know, an attack on a more valuable piece. But here, just free knight. Please take it. I hope he just spends a little. He has 5 minutes.
Can take, but then I can take the rook here.
I mean, you're still winning. Black takes the knight, and then you take the knight. It's just, you're trading, but you could have just won an entire night. Not to mention, like, it was so bad. Like, you just take, and then the rook is still hanging, and then you're just gonna trade the queen. Like, it's completely over. But okay, so be it. You're just trading.
No, let's just trade.
Now, I mean, the queen's under attack. There's a threat of checkmate. Please don't blunder mate one. Here, I mean, I would just be either playing. I don't want to go back with my queen, but you could also just play like bishop f3. Just protect everything. Bishop f3, and then maybe just like h4. Like I said, I want h4, h5, man. When I see a hook like this, I want h4, h5. These pawns are weak. Try to promote, connect your rooks. I would be getting this protected with the bishop, and then I would just connect the rooks and try to just like play. So imagine you get bishop f3 and then connect the rooks, play some queen f6, and then try to trade this rook here and infiltrate on the back rank. But you're giving your opponent a lot of counterplay with this. Definitely don't play rook f2 here. That would be main 2 with queen takes and then queen g2.
This so I can keep the open file.
Queen h or bishop h3. I mean, you're protecting the mate, but why not? Why not bishop f3? You cover more squares. Well, I guess not really. You're staying on a really long diagonal. I don't. The bishop on h3 feels weird. Now you can't push your pawn. You might have back rank issues. I mean, I would have played bishop f3. I know you want to keep your rook open, but I would probably be thinking about playing like rook d1 anyways. Regardless, don't hate it. He's protecting the threat. Is what it is.
Take, check.
No, why are you calculating queen sack, bro? Yeah, please don't take that rook. There is nothing there. There is no queen sack, I promise. If there is, then I'll quit chess. Okay, yeah, rook d1. So like he played bishop h3 to keep the open file, but now he's playing rook d1. Why wouldn't you just put the bishop on f3? It's looking this way. It's protecting this pawn also, which could be potentially weak. And the bishop just, like I said, you want to push h4, h5. So weaken the king.
I got check here.
I mean, check doesn't really do anything, but you do have to be a little bit careful. Like, there are some cases where if this was open, check, king h1, and you sacrifice the queen. So you do have to be careful of tactics. Now, the opponent's playing g6 or g5. Terrible move. Like, what can you do here? I mean, you could probably already just play like queen f6, attacking the pawn. And then if they protect it, you just take. Like, g5 doesn't achieve anything. But getting rid of the queen, I mean, you're going to hang the pawn. Which is why bishop to f3, probably better. Also, I think black is thinking like maybe in the future g5, g4, trapping the bishop. Why are you calculating that again? There is no queen sack.
That's check. Forced. Check.
If he gets into time trouble, I'm going to blame calculating the queen sack too many times. In this position, you have an extra bishop. Trade the damn pieces, man. Trade. Look, you can force a trade by playing rook d3. You give up a pawn. You could, like he played, g5 was so bad. Just play queen f6, man. Queen f6, you attack the pawn. They have to protect it. And then you would take with check, king over, you go check back. It's completely done. I mean, here you could even play rook g3. And if they take the pawn, you take here with a check. Like, bro is going to get murdered. And he's got 3 minutes.
Okay. Let's attack the queen.
No. I mean, there's checks. And then your king's going to have to move. Like, I guess, like, check. You block with the bishop, but then they just move their queen and they're just going to be like, their queen's going to get into a better position. Check. No. Don't run your king, dude. Oh, no. Oh, this is going to go wrong. This is gonna go so
3.5
wrong.
minutes left.
No, I can already tell. He's allowing the opponent too much counterplay. You're up a piece. Get those queens off the board ASAP. Look, the opponent's king is butt naked. Keep your king safe and just try to expose the king a little bit more. Like, this pawn move was way too weakening. Oh, this is stressing me out.
Gotta be careful of this pin here.
But yeah, that too. Now you have a pin. Now there's a lot of pressure. Now your queen's getting attacked, which isn't that honestly, that's not a problem. But the piece is coming back to protect the king, so. Nope. Third time calculating the queen sack. There's no queen sack. No time. No, you don't have the time to calculate that. There's nothing there. Move your damn queen. Go, like, play queen to d5. You're hitting a pawn here and this pawn. Come on, man. Yeah, queen d5. Come on. Yes. Let's go, Patrick. Let's go, Patrick. Yes, fork. Fork. Yes.
This pawn now.
Check.
Okay.
Oh wait. Oh wait. Am I completely missing something? I guess here you just play bishop f5. Yeah, you have to play bishop f5 here. Oh my gosh, if he doesn't play bishop f5, the queen's infiltrating behind him. You cannot, like, he's allowing counterplay. The queen and the rook will murder this king if you allow queen to f1. So I really hope that he plays queen f5 or bishop f5.
Well, throwing in checks.
Don't move the king, man.
Put me here. They check
No.
here, but I can block.
No, because queen g1, man. Queen g1. No. Queen g1. Cutting off the escape and you can't block. Then you have to go back and then checks, man. Oh, no. Oh, Patrick's going to get mated. You needed to block here with the bishop. Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, now
No
you realize.
way. Ah.
Is this guy...
Wow.
Wait, real talk, is this how you guys feel when you watch me play and I'm just making ridiculous moves? Like, am I giving you guys, like, heart attacks on the daily? What?
This is mate. Wait, this is that mate?
Oh, no. No. What? King e2, rook here, king has to go back, and then you just lose the queen. And there's probably a mate, but I would just take the queen if I were the black pieces.
Wait, okay.
This is why you
can't go here, can't go here.
keep your king safe. I have this issue too. King safety, but that was bad. It was very simple. Don't run your king out. Your king is nice and safe on g1. Block using the bishop. There's nothing that can attack the bishop. And he just neglected everything here.
King. They come in with check. This is forced.
You're done.
And then double check here.
Double check. What are you talking about? King takes. No. King e2, rook f2, king e3, rook f5. And you have to play king e2, and then they either just take your king or your queen and then takes. And I mean, that's probably what would happen, but there might even be a mate, but just at the very least, you're losing your queen.
I can go this
And
way.
now you're down under a minute and a half because you calculated a queen sack that you didn't need to, like 3 or 4 times.
But they can also check here, which means I go here and then they...
No.
I can go here. Okay, alright. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's bad, Patrick. It's bad. King safety. You need to work on that.
So yeah, this is kind of forced.
King e2. Yeah, rook f2 is going to come in. Just completely over. And the opponent has 4 minutes. Like,
a minute left. This is a precarious situation I'm in. Bonnie.
yeah, it's a very bad
Canada.
situation. Very, very
The
bad.
Philippines. Oh, Bonnie. Bonnie, Bonnie, Bonnie.
Completely winning. All you had to do was simplify the position. Just trade. Keep your king safe. But you allowed the opponent too much counterplay. Ah, no! Black is playing Queen F1? Dude. I swear if this guy plays Queen G1, Queen F1, and just goes for a draw, I will die. Okay. You have to play Queen G1 again. Yeah. But, okay, now...
You're going for a draw?
You have to play Rook F2. There it is.
No.
Okay, Rook F2, King E3, now Rook G5, or Rook F5.
But I believe I have outs.
No, you don't. You're losing the queen.
Mistaken here. I also have this check here, which would be helpful. Forced.
You ain't gonna have that check after Rook F5. Sorry, but... Oh, no! Oh my gosh. Queenie 1 check? No, you have a discovered attack. Why in the world would you play Queenie 1 check, allowing the king to escape, and you also just have a discovered check to, at the very least, take their queen? It's good for Patrick, but what in the world, man?
They win the rook.
I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, you do win the rook, but... Actually, wait, maybe that's better. Maybe this is actually better. Rook takes, queen takes. Okay, you know what? Maybe this is better. But I would have just went for the queen. However, yeah, Rook D2, queen D2. King moves, queen takes, and then black has a rook for a bishop.
But I can swing this over and win it.
No, because at the end of it, there's a check. Well, actually, oh, wait, yeah, he's right. If rook D2, there's queen G5. Okay, so no, maybe the opponent was going for that and then realized. But I mean, I wouldn't have even went for this. I would have just took the queen to start. Like,
42 seconds left, though. I gotta crank it into gear.
oh my gosh, what?
What?
Okay, check. Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, now Patrick's king is just running. He's gonna escape, and he's just up a piece still. Although this looks really bad. Like, I mean, rook C8 check. I mean, it's gotta be mate, right? Rook C8. I guess maybe is there somehow just queen B4? Maybe you need to play queen A3. The king can't come here. King can't come here. If king goes here, you have check. And then if king here, I mean, I guess let's see what happens. I mean, this is already insane. Tactics, king safety. Yeah, but the king just comes forward. Is Patrick gonna pull this off somehow? I swear. It would be the craziest. This is a wild game. 1500 ELO is like, what? It actually wasn't that bad of a game until all the, shenanigans. I mean, Patrick missing a full piece and then just allowing so much counterplay was so bad. I would have just, that's why my brain, whenever I'm up material, my brain automatically goes to simplify the position, trade queens, trade everything. Try to get into a winning, easier end game. Because when there's queens on the board and then there's a rook, like he had his king safely just tucked away, like all nice and safe on G1, and now his king is on B4, surrounded by everything. I mean, he has defenders, but he was getting mated or losing the queen. Like there had to have been a mate somehow, or there will be. I don't know, man. I don't even know. Like what does black play here? This is insane. Because your pawn's under attack. I mean, I guess you have rook g6. Rook g6, yeah. Rook g6 now. Yeah, I mean, simplify the position. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Patrick. I mean, you should have just tried to simplify earlier, but...
Oh.
Oh, that was bad by me, too. I completely overlooked that b6 threatened checkmate. Because you can't take your own pawn. How do you even stop checkmate here? I guess you have to take... You could have just took on b5. Yeah, instead of going for simplification now, instead of that, just maybe 5 stops anything. You just have to be cautious of, like, I don't know, a lot of stuff. That's funny. But I mean, he had 20 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah. That one must hurt. Dang. I kind of feel bad for him, and I mean, that one will throw you off your game so much. Now, I'm gonna actually hop in and analyze the game, and we're gonna take a look and see if I actually had anything good to say, or it was all nonsense. All right, we're gonna hop into analysis now. Yes, I'm on my road to 2200 layout, but this, what we're looking at, is definitely not a road to 2200. Okay, so Patrick, he got quite the advantage out of the opening, like I said. He played with a 63, I played with a 60, or not I definitely not I. Anyways, so what I was talking about in this position is, you know, knight here, and after bishop here, I like to play this move. It's not the best move, because they can play knight here, but if the opponent neglects to play this and plays something like this move, you can take the pawn, and if they take back, you can sacrifice the bishop, and then this is the tactic that I was talking about. And you're completely winning here because you get this position, and I've actually had this happen quite a lot. So if you're watching this, Patrick, consider, you know, taking a look at that line. What you did was good. It's realistically the best way. Yeah, like I said, it's the best way, but yeah, I like to play with a little bit of tricks. Give your opponent an opportunity to blunder. Because let's say if they go here, I mean, you can either pin or you can step back. I like to step back with the bishop usually. And then, you know, then you can go here, I think. Because they can't take. If they take, I mean, you just take back. It's fine. It's kind of a wasted move, essentially. But you're giving your opponent a chance to blunder. And I've won many games against strong players with that line. However, once again, I mean, like I said, traditional wisdom, don't give up a bishop for a knight for no reason. And he wasn't even prompted. He just traded for no reason. And then he went backwards. He should just develop. But okay, the position is already +2. Like, it's so good. Castle, I mean, the computer's saying e5. Whatever. Castle, get your king safe. And then here, I mean, queen e1 is not, it's not that bad of a move. The computer's saying take. I mean, usually to take is a mistake, so I don't hate that. It does want to try and go for trapping the knight, so, or trapping the rook, so, you know, you got that. But anyways, I think this is pretty good, and then opponent's going the wrong way, I felt like. B3, I mean, meh. The computer wanted a5, or a4, a5 to kick the knight around. B3, I kind of was a little bit critical of because, you know, you want to put your pawns on dark squares, but at the same time, like, with the pawn here, you are controlling the knight, so I don't hate it that much. But still, I was thinking about trying to attack over here. Like, get your rook up, bring it over. And then after this, I mean, I just want to play here. Like, I guess there's queen here, but I mean, I just want to try and open this up. That's just my kind of play style, but okay, and then knight back. I mean, I didn't think rotating the knight was that bad of a move. Rook it takes, and then rook in, rook up. What? I thought that was decent. The computer's saying go here, and if takes, oh, it's because after takes, the rook is pitting the queen to the knight, or the knight to the queen. Okay, that makes sense. But the rook f3, I don't think is a bad move. And then here it wanted you to just move your knight, but here, and then the computer actually wants this, which I was pretty critical of. So I mean, this is a learning experience for me too. Here, I mean, I forget what I said that I should play. I mean, I was thinking about something like just queen back, which now the computer is saying is the best move. And then if here, I would have probably played rook f1. But then apparently you can go here and you have to play knight back. It's a little bit tricky. If you go here, what if you play here? Rook takes, rook takes. I mean, this feels decent. Queen moves. Bring your knight into the game, but I mean, pretty drawish at that point. And then, yeah, like I said, here, I didn't think that was good. I thought the black should just take the queen and say, okay, no more attack for you. And then he found the right idea, but at the wrong time. C5, if he found that earlier in the game, the computer would have loved it. And then the opponent just blundered straight up because there's nothing. And then knight c3, noticing that there's no good move. Here, horizontal, just take. It's a free piece. However, we got a trade instead, but okay, it's still completely winning. And then, like I said, I mean, queen f or bishop f3, I feel like is just so much more natural than going to h3. But okay, we got this, and I mean, here you're already like, you got to go after the king. You can't start playing into his, you know, it wants this. And I mean, at this point, just trade the queen. Like, you're completely winning. So many weaknesses, extra piece. But you allowed the check. And then you even allowed this, which is fine. But after check, you have to play bishop f5. You have to play this. You cannot allow the opponent that type of counterplay that you allowed. This is such a massive mistake. Like, even before considering a move like this, you gotta think about it's mate in 4, which I thought that there might be a mate, but I didn't quite see it. What is the actual mate? Rook f2, king up, rook back. Okay, so me being me, I was being greedy. I wanted to play rook f5, which is still mate apparently. Which maybe after this you'll find. But you could also just take. Like, yeah, it's a miss obviously because there's a mate, but you're just gonna be up so much material. It wants protect pawn, and then you just get your rook into the game, start attacking the king. However, this game got a little bit wild because check, back, found it, and went for this check. And now the king is running. And for the love of me, I don't know why this didn't happen. Although, actually, you can't play this. Oh my gosh, that's actually disgusting. So, instead of this, because there's check, which Patrick saw, and I didn't even realize at first, you can sacrifice the queen, because if the rook takes, you take, king moves, and then you trade. That is brutal. And then you just get your rook into the game. Absolutely brutal. But instead, we got this check, and now the king is running. Rook up, you just take, move the queen, and here, you just take. You just take the free pawn. Even I missed this, actually. I hope that if I was actually in the game and thinking, like, okay, b6, like, what does that do? Is there any threats? Hopefully I would have found that this is just mate in one. But it's very easy to say, yeah, I just want to trade because this looks pretty appealing, right? Actually, that's just mate in one. So he's threatening. He was trying to threaten his own checkmate, but unfortunately, he got checkmated. Now, what I take from this is your openings, they're pretty good. Like, you had an advantage pretty much out of the openings completely, but you had a little bit of blindness there with free pieces and then tactics, and at the end, the king's safety. And also, you were calculating that queen sack 3 times, so maybe you were just, I know you want to, get some good content and whatnot, but there was no need to really calculate that queen sack. There was definitely nothing there. So you have 20 seconds. You probably would have been over a minute. Maybe you would have saw that this was threatening checkmate. Do your puzzles, man. Don't neglect. Do not neglect your puzzles, and don't allow so much counterplay. I don't know what else to tell you. That's a rough one. Don't tilt too hard from that. If you guys enjoyed the video at all, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.